This video was sponsored by Enhance, Neowatt, A Better Road Planner, Elbilmek, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We are now in Chiang Mai and this is Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. And it is possibly the most efficient EV out there. Not only that, but it is possibly the longest, or one of the longest range EVs out there. It has the new upgraded 82 kilowatt hour battery, and then it should use really low energy when you're driving it. So I'm gonna do a range test around here in Chiang Mai at night now and see how efficient is it, how much range can we actually get in. So, well, it's actually winter here in Thailand, but it's like winter over here is like summer in Norway. So look at that awesome color, huh? Okay, as usual, I had to mention that we have the family with us on the trip. So that means slightly extra weight. This is Cybex's, what the heck is it called again? Okay, whatever. It's Cloud T, yes. And then we have Anoris T on this side, Anoris T2 actually. So these two weighs around 30 kilograms combined. There's nothing in the trunk, nothing in the frunk. So that extra weight shouldn't matter too much, right? So I have connected the sexy button, or I mean the commander in here. And then because of that, we see the battery status now. Well, actually, when do we see anything? Yeah. So we had 73%. The battery is at 31.3 degrees. To my big surprise, I thought it would be around 20 degrees. But no, it must have been hot earlier today. Yeah, so there's some other battery status. I'm not sure, do we actually get 402 kilowatt output? But yeah, the net capacity here is supposed to be around 77 kilowatt hour down to 0%, not counting the 3.7 kilowatt hour buffer we have below 0%. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is a rear-wheel drive, so there's only a rear inverter status, whatever. Okay, otherwise this is very useful. You see, when you brake it, you see that indication there, and then when you turn and blink, you see that, and it also turns red if there's something in the blind spot, and you also see it here. So this is not a built-in Tesla feature. It's actually enabled by the commander, you know, if you have sexy button, you need a commander, right? Or other sexy products. So okay, anyway, this is a bit different than the other test I tend to do in Thailand with the Chinese cars, because those navigations, they are not that great. So I actually just skip it. I use Google navigation, but the navigation in Tesla is so good that you can do this, and I've quickly saved it. It's actually not that hard to save it. I've saved that position, which is a turnaround point. So you go over there, and then we drive north a little bit past this point, and I turn around, and that would be the 33.7 kilometer loop roughly. Okay, let me see. We're gonna reset some stuff, and then off we go. All right, we do the 90 kilometers per hour test first. 92 here is 90 GPS speed, and then we are using autopilot. And then let me see if I try. There's a blinker stalk here. In the new Model 3s, there's also a blinker stalk there. So if I turn now, it would change lane quite quickly and confidently, and then it finishes. Wow! And we're using autopilot on these roads, just like the other cars. We're gonna see how well it can handle it then. If we have the button here, if you press it, you can see the rear camera. But if you swipe it up now, wait, do it like this, you get the front camera. And you also have the washer in the front camera, just like Juniper. And how good is the suspension here on the Thai concrete roads? It is very good. You know, this is the premium, not the standard, so it has the frequency selective dampers, whatever they call again. It actually feels very similar to that Leapmotor C10 I tried. So it is a bit firm, but still comfy over the roads. I feel like I can feel the bumps, but they are not hurting my spine. So you're gonna try again in the 120 test, see how it is, right? But for now, actually feels fine, no problem. Yes, if this was the Highland, it would be a bit too harsh. When it comes to the well-known Tesla phantom braking, it does happen, but not that common. Oh yeah, let me see. Okay, change lane here. And I noticed that at some locations the car would slow down, but you see it still reports 80 kilometers per hour limit here, but then there was some places it would just force it down to 80 plus 10 kilometers per hour, which is 90. But then it just lasted for not too long, like 500 meters, and then it allowed me to go back to 92. So yeah, it's a bit strange. No, I think as long as we're on the motorway, then you can actually go at any autopilot speed you want. So it doesn't treat this as a Bundesstraße. Oh, what the heck? I was wondering, it feels kind of cold here. But then I noticed that the seat ventilation was on. It was on since the daytime because it remembers the state. If you pause the music, it remembers the state. If you set the car in sport mode or whatever mode, it remembers it. Because Tesla is based on alien technology. It doesn't reset all that, like some of that stuff. Like many other cars I test, it will reset the drive mode to eco mode every time. It will play the no, there is a truck. No, what the heck? No, don't phantom brake the shit. It will remember different states. When you set something, it remembers it. Yes, that's the way it should be. Because if you flick the switch at home, next time you enter the home, it doesn't just reset the light switch to whatever default it's supposed to have, right? All right, the result from the 90 test. Look at that, 115.9 watt-hour per kilometer. It has the Tesla precision. No other car shows consumption that accurate. But yeah, that is right on par with what we get in Norway. So this is actually a good confirmation that the route I'm testing here is more or less the same when it comes to the consumption as the Norway route. Okay, let's test 120. How efficient can it be then? All right, really impressive. It can maintain the speed. Over here, you can see the lines, even though it's not always clear. Yeah, 122 on the speedo is 120. We need to increase slightly. Let's see, 123 maybe. Checking here. Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. And then actually the tire seems to be slightly underinflated, 2.8, but some of them 3 bar. Wow, really? So yeah, ideally it needs to be 2.9 bar, or if they are warm, then maybe 3 bar. So yeah, maybe they're slightly underinflated because I might have adjusted the tires for around 25 degrees Celsius. And then how is the comfort in the high-speed test? It's actually remarkably good. Wow. It kind of just floats over the bumps, and I think this is the key with the suspension of Tesla, is that it will just adjust the damper slightly different now to accommodate for the higher speed, so you still get a nice smooth ride. Yeah, but it's not the boat ride, it's just the ride where you can feel the surface, but still comfy. It would be interesting if I could test the Model 3 standard. I will actually test it in Thailand, but then probably not on these kind of rough roads. So eventually I have to check it out in Norway also, because that suspension is supposed to be more like the classic Model 3, that is a bit harsh. Look over here. The lines are not that well defined, probably washed out or worn out, but autopilot still works, no problem. You can even use auto lane chain and it just handles it really well. Look at that. This is Tesla alien technology. All right, this time 160 watt-hour per kilometer. Wait, maybe here the speed, the loop is so short that you get maybe slightly lower average speed. So maybe in this test then it turns out to be better than the Norway route. But the Norway route is only around 50-60 kilometers. This is 34.4. Wait, I think many other cars report 33.7. So maybe this car overreports slightly. But when I drove from Bangkok to here, then I at least measured quite accurate result there in distance. Okay, the battery is still hovering at around 30 degrees Celsius. If I do this, this and I navigate to Supercharger, there, Chiang Mai Big C, will it preheat? Yep, preconditioning, yep, okay, all is good, let's go. And you can see here that this symbol pops up. It's red now. You can also manually preheat via the Commander app here, or the Sexy app, in case the preheating doesn't start by the car. And then we should see that the rear inverter, yeah, it pulls 2 kilowatt here, plus it uses the heat pump in addition to heat up the battery. As you can see, inlet is rising now. We are at the Supercharger, and wow, it heated up really quick. After just 15-minute drive, we went from 30 to 46 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's plug in, see what we get at 55%. And yes, I need to agree that the charge port on the left side is not the right side here, because you have to walk over here. So in Europe, yes, this makes sense, but in Thailand, and now I need to walk behind the charger. The charge port should be on this side, but of course I don't want to redesign everything, so it's cost cutting. Oh, it started charging already. The handshake is so fast with the Tesla alien technology. Okay, so we usually get an initial boost and then it drops. 120, okay, still okay, yeah. Battery is nice and warm. 127, I'll take it. So based on the test today, we can go 666 kilometers at 90 kilometers per hour. Yeah, the length of the devil. But still 483 in the 120 test. So yeah, I see that this is slightly better than in Norway, yeah, where I got around 166-ish watt-hour per kilometer. But man, this is just amazing. With the long-range rear-wheel drive, you have the longest range Tesla, and then maybe possibly some of the longest range EVs. You see, in comparison, this only 82 kilowatt hour battery has actually more range than the Avatar with 116 kilowatt hour. But okay, it's a bigger battery, a bit bigger car, but that was also a rear-wheel drive actually. Wow. So you're gonna see in not too long, I will drive Sunday drive from Chiangdao to Bangkok. I probably have to drive an extra loop because it's only 770 kilometers on that stretch. And I expect that this car is gonna go over 800 kilometers. It's gonna be game over. And okay, quick promotion. Tesla in Thailand, they have promotion right now that they have 1.99% interest rate. And if you buy the car, you also get 1 year of class 1 insurance. So go check it out. And my Tesla referral code has been reset now after New Year. So you can use it for a little while now until it is exhausted again. So that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.